This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
So, in discussing about, right? First of all, we discuss about Java. Why Java team? Why Java? It's a programming language. By using Java only, we are writing the code, right? And why Selenium team? By using Selenium, what we can do? We can communicate with browser. That is the actual base use of. That is the actual base use of. That is the actual base use of Selenium. So what we are doing by using Selenium, we are communicate with browser, right? So what we are achieving, we are launching browser, we are entering URL and clicking on element, entering a data into text box. There is nothing but just we are communicating with browser, right? And now we are discussing TestNG. What is the TestNG team? TestNG is a unit testing framework that has a different features. By using this unit testing framework, TestNG, what we are achieving? What we are achieving, team? We can organize. We can organize our test cases, right? So we can organize our test cases. So yesterday we discussed about how to install TestNG and some feature. What is the feature? Annotations. So what are the annotations we have discussed, team? So first of all, at test. What is the use of at test? So if you want to convert a test case, if you want to convey a test case, so use this at test annotations. If you are using at test annotation for your method, that is converting as one test case, right? So how to execute this at test, team? This is a concept. This is your test case code, right? So add the test. First of all, add testng software, and then add testng library, and then import other test annotations into a class and execute your method. Right? So that is added test annotation. And how to execute? Just right click, run as. Now this time testng test. Now this class is considering as testng class. Remember, whenever you use annotation from testng, class converts as a testng class. Now this is a testng class, not a now Java normal class. Earlier, how we are getting if you are executing with main method, you are getting like run as Java application. Now this time you won't get run as Java application because we don't have main method. And from onward, forget main method, use testng and testng annotation. And then few methods, what few annotations, what are the few annotations we have seen? Before method and after method, before class and after class. So if I'm having at the test one test case in a class, I can maintain before method and after method, right? In a class, in a single class, you can maintain any number of test cases. So if you're saying one method at the test, that is considering a one test case. So when this before method will execute in before to the each and every test case. When the after method will execute before to the after the your test case execution completes. Suppose if you want to execute a piece of code before executing a test case, mention in before method. If you want to execute a piece of code after the completion of your test case, mention in after method. Clear? Suppose here, let's say in my class I'm having 10 test cases. Simple, single class, 10 test cases. I'm mentioning only one before method, only one after method. How many times this before method will execute in? Let's say in my class I'm having 10 methods, 10 test cases. How many times this before method will execute?
10 times.
10 times on, right? So just I'm giving a single time. So what is my intention? I want to execute this piece of code before to my each and every test case. That is why, that is the reason I am taking before method. Instead before method, whatever the code you are mentioning, that will execute before to your each and every test case. Same after method. So what are the code you are mentioning here that will execute after to the each and every test case? And this will execute, if you mention one time, it will execute how many test cases you are having in a class. That is the use of before method and after method. And same, we have a before class and after class. This will execute for each and every, this class. So by the starting of this class, if you want to execute a piece of code mentioned before class, after the ending of execution of complete this class, if you want to execute a piece of code mentioned in after class. So as of now, in this example, I am having two test cases, nothing but two other test annotations. Now, if I execute this one, you will get, first of all, observe the output. First of all, execute before class, and after that, launching browser, right? Nothing but before method. Now, first test case, quitting browser, after method. Again, launch browser, before method. Test case, after method, after. Clear? Even we have a before suit and after suit annotations. We'll discuss. Okay. So that is the use of annotations, stng annotations. And here, if anyone asks, so what is the execution order? What is the execution of the testng annotations? You have to say like this. Before class, suppose if I'm having annotations like this, so can you say what execution order? You have to say before class, before method, and at the test, nothing but test case, and then after method, after class. Clear? And here, let me create one more package. My package name is just ng to here. Okay. So same class, you can copy here, or else let me take first test, right? So inside this first test, we are having some. Okay, let me copy this class. You can copy class team one package to another package like this. We remove unwanted inputs. So by the time of use testing, please remove unwanted inputs. Otherwise, your execution may affect. See, anyway, so I don't want this annotation, right? This same. I don't want this annotation. You can remove it. No issues. Okay. The shortcut is Control Shift O. Control Shift O. Please remember, team. So after the completion of the session, I'll send you the Eclipse shortcuts. Okay. Let's say this is my test case 1. This is my test case 2. So, right. So what if I want to execute these two test cases, team? How to execute these two test cases? I want to execute these two test cases. How? Why are you thinking this much thing? It's simple, right? Straightforward. How to execute this one? How to execute these two test cases? You can ping me in chat. Just now we have seen right click, run as at the test engine, right? It will give you test cases and how many number past test cases, number of total execution, failures, skip. Like this, let me maintain one more class. Copy this again, class basis. It is not allowing me to same class. Let me take it into change the class name into second test. First class is first test, second class name is second test. Right? Inside, I'm having again so two methods, nothing but two test cases. Let's give third one and fourth test cases. Third test case, fourth test case. Now, how to execute this thing? How to execute these two test cases? How to execute third test case and fourth test case? How to execute this third test case and fourth test case? Try to respond to it. Right click, run as test engine test. Now this time it will execute third test case and fourth test case. Right? Third test case and fourth test case. Two test case got executed, total two, failures zero. Right? So what if I want to execute my first class test cases and second class test cases? Now I want to execute all the test cases, 1 to 4. How to execute? Observe here. Observe here. So here, observe here. On package, just right click here, right click, right click here. You can observe an option called test engine. Yes or no? Just whatever the classes you want to execute, just consider anyway. You can right click on a class, you will get test ng option. You can right click on test package, you will get an option test ng, right? So right click on a package or class. But now this time I'm right click on package. Observe here what will happen if I right click on test ng. Now go to the test ng and here the second option is convert to test ng. Are you able to observe here? Convert to test ng. Now, if I take this option, convert to test ng, I'm getting pop-up like this. See here, generating test ng XML. What it is generating? It is generating a test ng XML. This is in the format of this XML file. So this is the XML file, including what? Observe here, including this is including classes. What are the classes? In a testng2 package, this is first test class and second test class. Now my testng is generating one XML file including classes. Classes are from where? Including classes from this package. It will generate one XML file. Observing, if you want, I can show one more time. Right click on a package, go to the testng and convert to testng. So it is giving me a pop-up with generating one XML file, including first test case class and second test case class. Right? And see, this is the test name at the test. And it is generating from where? This is a package project, WebDriver 1 project and WebDriver 1 pocket. Sorry, project. It is generating testng XML. This is with the name of what? Testng XML. If you want, you can change this name. No, as of now, keep it testng XML only. Now, if I click finish, observe here. So under my this project, it will generate one XML file with the name testng XML. Now observe, I'm clicking finish. Observe here. This is testng XML file which is generated just before. Okay. Just click on this testng XML file. Right. By default, you will get these type of structure. This is the source code. This is a design. Right. Now, if you want to know the testng XML file code, you have to click on here source. By default, you will get design and go to the source. So this is the testng XML file. This is the testng XML file structure. This is the XML file structure team. So XML file starting from XML, how we have seen the DOM structure, HTML, same like testng XML file. So it is having a suit and it is having a test. Inside a test, we are having the classes. See, class nothing but it's a collection of methods, right? So test nothing but it's a collection of classes. Suit nothing but collection of tests. Inside a tool suit, we can mention number of tests. Inside a test, we can mention number of classes. Now this is the first class and this is the second class. So what it is saying? Package name dot your class name. Package name dot your class. If you want to mention one more class here, see here, copy this same thing, copy this same thing in here. You can mention one more class here. Right? First, let me execute these two classes. How to execute team? How to execute? Now this time you have to execute from testng XML file, not from the classes. If you execute from classes, it will execute test cases from only class. If you execute from this testng XML file, you can execute all the classes test cases. Clear? Now let me execute. You can right click from here, or else you can right click from here testng XML file. Observe it. Now if I right click from testng XML, now this time what I'm getting here? Testng suit XML. It is combination of your classes. Now earlier from the class, what you are getting? Run as testng test single class. Now this time you will get run as testng suit. Clear? Now let me execute. Let me execute from testng XML file. Observe as of now in my project I am having what? This is my project. We already know GRE, Java runtime environment, SRC, source code we are writing, and reference library, Selenium external jar files we have added, and testng library we have added. Now testng XML file which is generated just before. Clear? Now observe. So after the executing from testng XML suite, so you will get one few folders, extra folders. Observe here. Run as testng suite. Now execute test case 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 from first class, 3, 4 from second class. Observe. And if you want, you can take one more class here. If you want, you can take one more class here. If you're having one more class in same package, so you can take like this. How? Now this time, if you are having the class name third test, just package name dot your class name third test like this. Now it will execute from three classes. As of now, we don't have a third test, right? Class. Let me remove this. Simple team. Name equals to package name dot your class name. That's it. Right? Now we have executed from testng XML, right? Now program will generate one external folders here. Now observe, if I refresh from this project, observe, I'm refreshing this project. Just right click and refresh. You will get one folder, test output folder, which is generated testng XML. So under this test output folder, you will get some extra folders. So what it is having team? It is having default suite, JUnit report, old suite, right? Emailable report, index.html. So these are all files which is generated by testng XML. So under this one, we are having one index.html. Are you able to observe index.html and emailable report? Open this index.html. So go to this project. How to go to this project team? Just if you want to go to this folder directory, just right click, properties. If you click this one, we will go to the directory. See here, this is my project. Under this project, I am having bin folder, src folder, test output folder, which is generated testng XML file. See here. Open this index.html with what browser? So let me open with my Chrome browser. See here. What it is saying? It is saying information, a basic info. This is a project, right? So there are no groups. You can observe the time here. So what the time test case got executed, the C. So first test case executed within 21 microseconds. Second test case executed in 6 seconds. Fourth one executed in 4 milliseconds. Third one executed in 3 milliseconds. And these two coming from where? First test class. These two coming from where? Second test class. So you will get a basic report output team. Basic report you will get. This is a basic report. So inside this class, there is a test case 3, test case 4. Inside this class, there is a test case 1, test case 2. Suppose, suppose, so if you are executing your test cases by using testng XML file, you will get a basic report. So here you have to provide a report team. So you have to provide report to whom? Whether your superior, manager, or client. So why report team? Why report? Any idea? Why we have to provide reports? Let's say you're saying, boss, I'm executed 100 test cases. But so they need a proof, right? Whether you have executed or not, they need a proof. So if you're having the reports, if you're having the reports like this, if you're having reports like this, you can show them, boss, I have executed these number of test cases. This is from this package, from this class. So from this class, these are the test cases I have executed, and these are the report. So if you get a green mark here, so nothing but the pass from all these classes. Even you can observe this also, emailable report. Open this, open with again Chrome, observe. See here you will get a few more information. So this is a default test, total number of tests 4, right? Total skip 0, total failed 0, and total time 106 microseconds. And this is test case 1, 2, 3, 4. So test case 1 having and passed these microseconds 2, 3, 4. Creating. So if you send this report so that he can able to understand, okay, so this guy executed these many test cases, total 4 in total this time. Suppose if 100 test cases, you will get 100 here. Suppose it is taking 3-4 hours, it will be giving you 3-4 hours, and from which class, from which class, and what is the test case. So it will give you a basic information. That is the one more advantage of testng XML, right? So by testng XML, what we can do, team, testng dot XML. What we can do, first of all, we can execute multiple classes. Multiple classes as single unit, as single XML. I can say single suit. Suit nothing but it's an XML file. Creating, and so after the execution XML file, it is generating reports, right? We can give a basic report. It give basic reports. No worry, team. We'll discuss one more advanced reports. No worries, but this is a basic report. Clear? As of now, no questions, right? Just we are executing two classes by generating single XML file. Like this, you can generate any number of XML files, team. Based on your convenience, you can generate any number of XML files. Clear? So far, no questions, right? Now, let's go to the one more topic here. So this is my first class, and this is my second class. This is my XML file. See here, earlier we have seen a keyword called priority. So if you want to execute your test cases priority order, just give a priority here, right? And here, if I want to if I want to execute a bunch of test cases or a group of test cases, see here, I'm having 1, 2 here, right? So let me maintain few more test cases here in this class. Third one, fourth one, fifth one. Minimum 5 test cases. This is third one in this class. So test case. Fourth one, fourth test case. Fifth one, test case. And same this. Take this into second class. Here, copy paste, and this is sixth one. And this also. And this is seventh one. This is seventh one. Eighth one. Nine. And this is 10. And this is 10. Now I'm having two classes. So first class having with 5 test cases, second class having 5 test cases. Overall, I'm having how many test cases? 10 test cases. First class having 5 test cases, second class having 7 test cases. What if I want to execute this 10 test cases, team? What I have to do to execute these 10 test cases? What I have to do, team? Same. No, XML file will not change. I am changing just classes. Just XML file will not going to change. So if I right click here, run as suit, now you will execute, you can execute 10 test cases here. 1, 2, 3, up to 10. Here. Now this time you don't get order. If you want to get order, just go for a priority. What it may be, it's a microseconds difference. All the test cases will going to execute. Here, now I'm having a 10 test cases. After the 10 test cases, my smoke test cases are only few test cases. I can say 3 to 4. I can say 5 test cases. So now in first run, I want to execute my smoke test cases only. Nothing but I want to execute some small group of test cases. So if you want to execute this small group, some group of test cases, just give some group name. Here where, let's say, so I want to execute a few test cases. For that, I am making some group here. group from first class. I'm picking some test cases from first class and few test cases from second class. Observe here. Just here, groups, just mention here inside your parentheses, inside your at the test, just mention groups. Groups equals, so you can give any name. As of now, I'm giving smoke here. Smoke test case of, I'm giving first one, I'm giving third one, I'm giving fifth one. Right? So from in first class, I'm giving 3 classes. Now go to the second class. Let me give it into seventh one, ninth one. Overall, I have given 3 out of 10. I'm maintaining group 5. Right? Here, so if you want to execute only this smoke, so you can execute from XML. How to inside a test, this is a test, right? Inside a test, we are having classes. Inside a test, above the class, here you can mention, groups, sorry, groups and think run. Inside run, you have to give include. So include a what name? Here it is asking name. Boss, I want to execute this group. What group you want to execute? Just give first of all group and conveying it's a group and run, saying that we have to run this group and include what group. Here you can give the name here. What the name we have given? Smoke. There we have given, right? So now my test.ng XML, it can communicate with each and every class. It can communicate each and every class and it will execute. So what are the test cases having the group name is smoke? It will execute each and every test. Now observe. Let me execute this test.ng XML file. Do not run. It will execute test cases. See here. Now test.ng will provide you default console team. This is Java console, Eclipse, and this is test.ng console. Right? So it will give you 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I given 3 test cases from first class, 2 test cases from second class. Clear? And here it is giving me a brief. How many seconds it is taking? So 0.028 seconds. This is 003 seconds from this class, first class. This is from second class. Right? Now again, it will override reports also. Let me refresh this project. And earlier we have opened this index, right? Now this time observe, if you refresh this one, now you will get this report. From first class, 3 test cases, from second class, 2 test cases. Now it will show this time 5 test cases. We have executed 2 classes. In the 2 classes, we have taken a group. What the group we have given? Smoke. Now we have included in test.ng XML file. We have included in text.ng XML file. How to include here? Just to take groups, run. Inside run, you have to include the group name. Clearly, what the group you want to execute, just include inside your group, run, include. So this is you have to take inside your XML. So let's better to document, better to give and share this in our document. Right? And third one, executing group of test cases. This is the XML file. This is the XML file and this is the XML structure. How to generate already you know. Just right click on a package. So whatever the package you want to convert into a XML file. So right click on the package, go to the test ng, convert to test ng. It will generate default XML. Right? How team observe here. Observe. Whatever the package you want to convert into test ng. Here test ng day2. I want to convert like this. Go to the test engine, convert to test engine. Now this time it is not having any smoke or anything, right? Now this time you can maintain. If you want to maintain smoke, mention like smoke. Yes, sir. Just finish it. Now you will get smoke XML. Here we don't have anything, right? So better to copy this one. This is smoke, right? We have used just now we have used. So this is a normal XML file and go to the smoke. So paste it here. Now this time my XML file name is smoke. I am taking a name for smoke. Now if you execute this one, it will execute smoke test cases. If you execute this one, it will execute all the test cases. Clear team? Like this, based on your comfortability, you can maintain any number of test suites. Suite nothing but it's a collection of packages. Package nothing but it's collection of classes. Class nothing but it's a collection of test cases. Clear team? Even we can pass parameter from this XML file, and even we can take we can execute cross-browser testing. We can execute cross-browser. We can achieve from testing the XML file. We can pass parameter. We can test execute multiple tests, and we can do a cross-browser testing. Let's see here. Let's see. See, go to the this testing XML file. So this is test one, right? Inside this, we are having a test called what? This is the first test. Same like you can maintain one more test, but this test should be different name. This is a I can give test one. This is test two. Name itself test one and test two. Just I'm changing name to avoid duplicates. See, suit nothing but what I'm saying. It's a suit nothing but it's a collection of tests. Test nothing but it's a collection of packages. Package nothing but it's a collection of classes. Classes nothing but collection of math in test engine language. Now observe whether I'm able to execute this one. Now I'm taking two suits from where test engine XML. Let me execute this test engine XML run as test suit. Observing. Now this time I'm able to execute how many number of test cases? Count how much it is showing team? 20. Right? Now go to this test engine report. See here. Now if you want to execute multiple tests, you can execute. Nothing team. I'm executing two times. These classes I'm executing these two times. This is the first time and this is second time by using stng XML file at a time. At a time, you can execute all test cases multiple number of times. That is the more advantage of stng XML file. So if you want, you can execute these test cases in one browser. If you want, you can execute these test cases in one more browser. We'll see team. We'll see how to execute these test cases in different browsers. As of now, try to get by using XML files, we can execute tests, multiple tests by using this suite. Clear? And now observe this time the report. emailable report. Now refresh, same location, observing. So total test 1 from test 1 10 test cases, from test 2 10 test cases. So this is test 1 report and this is test 2 report. Clear?
This conference will now be recorded.
Wantedly let me fail one test case team. So wantedly let me fail one test case here. Getting color issues. In TestNG, we have a assertion also team. We have a assertions. So by using these assertions, we can know and we can validate our test cases. So whether it is passing or failing. So your test cases should end with what? Verification point, right? So verification point nothing but the final result of your test case. So how you will get this final result? By using assertions. TestNG provide a number of assertions. So by using that, we can validate our test case pass or fail. Right? Now the here wantedly, let me fail one of my test case here inside where inside TestNG day 2, right? Inside TestNG day 2, wantedly let me fail this one. So as of now, just no need to understand this syntax. So I'll give you this one. Asset dot asset asset dot asset. There is a method called asset.asset2. Asset is a class coming from where testng. Asset is a class coming from testng. So this is asking parameter what boolean condition what true. If this condition is true, then it will be false. If the condition is false, then it will be fail. So wantedly, I am failing this first test case. For report showing purpose, wantedly I am failing this test case. Now observe, let me execute my testng XML file now. Run as testng suite. Observing. Now this time, so I'm executing how many 10 test cases? 10 test cases, nothing but two suits from test one got failed one. Nothing but see here. Otherwise, I can remove this thing. See, let me remove this extra test so that we don't confuse. Okay. Just single test I'm having. My test name is test one. So inside test one, I'm having a package, two classes. Two classes having first class having 5 test cases, second class having 5 test cases. So inside my first test class, I am failing first. Sorry, inside my first class, I am failing first test case. Now let me execute this one. This time it will execute only 10 test cases, right? So first class 5, second class 5. Here you can know the output. So how many executed? 10. Total executed 10. How many failures? 1. Because wantedly I am failing. Now observe the report here. Refresh again. Emailable report. Now observe. This time, so pass it 10, failed 1. Total time. This is the class. This is the method. Nothing but test. And it will give you a basic information. So why it got failed. See, the test one from this test, it got failed from this package, from this class. First test case got failed. First test case got failed by what? assertion error. There is an error, so it is accepting true but found false. That's why it's got failed. Basic report. This is a test ng reporting. And here, one more advantage of the test-ng here is, so after the execution from test-ng XML file, after the execution of test-ng XML file, now if you refresh your project, let me refresh, under test output folder, you will get one more XML file here, test-ng failed XML. Same like test-ng XML, you will get test-ng failed XML. Observe here. Observe. So this is a test-ng failed XML. What is having team? Now this time it is having only first test case. Why? Because first test case got failed. Now observe the real-time example here. Real-time example. Suppose I'm having 100 test cases. I'm executing 100 test cases. If I execute 100 test cases, out of 100 test cases, 5 test cases got failed. 5 test cases got failed. So test case got failed. Remember, team, if in automation, if one test case got failed, there is a n number of reports, whether it may be a property change, whether it may be you have given invalid property or invalid export, or the time issue, or a browser issue, or network issue, right? So most of the cases you will get 95 to 100. If you write 100% accurate code, you will get 95 to 100%. Most of the cases don't expect 100 by 100. Clear? Now, I have executed 100 test cases. Out of 100, 5 test cases got failed. Now, my manager said, boss, don't execute all the test cases. Now, this time, just execute only failed test case. How to achieve them? By using this test.ng XML file. By using this test.ng XML file, so if you execute your test cases from test.ng XML file, you can execute only failed test cases after completion of your execution. So you can execute only failed test cases. How, team? How? Now go to this test.ng. So if you execute from test.ng XML file, you will get test output folder. If your execution having failed test cases, the failed test cases automatically coming to test.ng failed XML. Now, if you want to execute only failures, now this time, second time, just execute test.ng failed XML. Now, this time again, same like test.ng XML, this is a test.ng failed XML. You can observe where under test output folder, you can observe test.ng failed XML file. Just run as test.ng suite. Same like test.ng XML, test.ng failed XML. If you execute this one, now this time it will execute only failed test. Again, this got failed, right? Now wantedly remove this one. Wantedly remove this session. Now this time it has to fail. Now again, test.ng failed XML included with first test case, which is got failed. Now again execute this one, run as test suite. Now this time it will pass, right? Now it goes passed. How many test cases got executed? Only one. Failures one. Now this time observe here. Now this time it will get only, again it will generate report for only executed test case. Test.ng XML including all your test cases. Test.ng failed XML having failed test cases. This is one of the famous question team. How to execute failure test cases? They may ask question like this. So I have to execute only failed test cases. How to execute? So that time you can say, boss, so if I execute my test cases from test.ng XML file, after the execution completes, test.ng will generate test.ng failed XML. Now second time I will execute test.ng failed XML, not test.ng XML. You have to execute test.ng failed XML. Clear, team?